Welcome back to Ni no Kuni.
There she blows! Autumnia!
It won't be long till we meet the next great sage, huh?
I fear not, boy, though you have come a long way. Come then, show me your power.
Who the hell is that?
It's the Dark Djinn himself.
Shadar!
Boss fight with Shadar, hell yes. There's no way we're gonna win this.
Let us finish.
So who expected that when they were playing the game? I've never seen a boss who's just like, I will deal with this, and he's like, fuck it, I'll do it by myself.
Well, that's why Shadar is better than other bosses.
And his spells fucking rock you, too.
Yep. So, it's pretty obvious this is an unwinnable fight. There's no way we're gonna actually beat this guy at our level, and especially so early in the game. But, that does not mean that this is a fight where you can just let yourself die. In fact, the reason you heard Shadar speak something as the fight started, that only happens if you fight him a second time. I let myself die, and that doesn't finish the fight. You have to keep fighting him.
It's kind of a endurance test with this fight. Basically, just stretch it out for story sakes.
Yep.
You can't just stand there like a bitch. Except for Esther, she can do it. She'll probably die anyway. See that? Oh, poor little baby.
That was me remembering that evade is very short.
Especially when there's a giant fireball that you need, like, superpowers to shoot out. That's how strong he is.
Yeah.
That's how badass Shadar is. I'm going to flambe your asses. Guy sounds so Darth Vader-y.
Yeah. But I've heard some of Brian Prothero's other voice acting, and he can get that low without, like, any trickery or anything, so I'm pretty sure that's him himself.
Trickery. You gotta look out for those ice mines, too, on the ground. Kind of like fighting the nightmares. They can damage you if you touch them.
That there was me not paying attention. So when a familiar's stamina has completely broken, they don't immediately come back to you, but you can't do anything with them. Yeah.
The guy to Swain's face floor on the floor. That's perfect. Yep, none of them lived. Surprise.
So, this is the extent of your power.
Shadar! Where is she? Where's Alicia?
Alicia, that is a name I have not heard in a long time. You may be fated to avert this world's doom, but first, you will have to save yourself.
Shadar! Ah!
What the flippin' heck is that big eye?
It's looking this way.
It is the Eye of the Storm.
Eye of the Storm?
Summoned by sorcery. Curses, we will not escape these waters.
This must be Shadar's doing.
Oh, you you!
Hold on tightly. If the eye looks this way, we are
The
doomed.
damn thing already is!
Huh? I'm back in...
Oliver! Oliver!
It's her.
This way! Come this way! Come on, Oliver!
Okay. Japers! Whoa!
Oliver! Look both ways!
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was somewhere else.
It's all right now.
Huh? What's alright now?
The big bad eye. It's gone now.
The big bad eye? Of course! The Eye of the Storm! What am I doing here? But Shadar, my friends.
Your friends? They're already there, Oliver.
Huh? What do you mean?
This way, Oliver. Let P show you the way.
But, hey, wait a second.
Hurry up, slow coach.
Slow coach?
Slow coach?
Is that a terminology used elsewhere? Maybe that's an English way of saying it.
I don't know. I'm aware of a lot of English, at least pop culture and various things, and there's a lot of just terminology in this game that I swear they just pulled out of nowhere.
Weird choices, though. Slow coach out of all those.
Yeah.
He seems awfully happy that his ship is broken. Still, at least Swain has a way of pushing the plot forward at the very least. 1 week, oh no! On a beautiful deserted island.
Trying to get all of them into one shot. It's not easy, since we got a lovely shot of Swain's ass right now.
And just cut off Oliver, he's not there. The adults are talking. You know, if this is real life, those adults would be like, look, can we just talk, kids? You can go and play or something. 360 hump action. Now that's a leopard ass. Alright. I love how kind of frumpish. Mopey motherfucker.
What?
That face.
Who dares address Lord High Lord of the Fairies?
You know what, I was actually kind of excited for this part because I felt like it would explain more about the character, but oddly enough, it still kind of doesn't.
Yeah. Prepare for one of the most annoying parts of the LP so far.
If you like Drippy, you'll like this. Says no one. Sorry, I couldn't read that correctly because it was all blurry. It looked like it said, look fatty. Knickers! I'll find that offensive. By the way, since you crashed, here's some notes about stories. Got some time to read it, I guess.
It is obnoxious that they need to remind you, you've unlocked a story. You got a story.
Like you're gonna ever read them. Please tell me you haven't.
Here we go, finally. So we know through all of this, everyone dies, except for me, because I'm the only one who seems to know when to block when I need to block. Now they finally give you the option to control everyone's decisions during a fight, somewhat. We get all-out attack or all-out defense. And we're going to see that pretty much right now.
Very much needed, because as you mentioned, they're kind of dumbasses. Sad thing is, even with this ability, it doesn't always work. I mean, it increases the chance at the very least.
So all-out attack, what your teammates will do is they'll pull out their strongest familiar so that they can go straight for the attack. Sometimes that familiar is also the slowest, so it doesn't really help. In all-out defense, what they do is they pull out their familiars with the best defense. But that's one of the cases where it actually stops working sometimes.
It's honestly worth it, just because if you learn how to use these abilities, it becomes pretty key in the overall later in the game.
But where it doesn't work is where they have to stop, pull out the familiar. But in that instance where they're still pulling it out, the all-out defense hasn't activated yet. So, say you're in a cutscene attack that's happening during a boss fight or what have you. Your teammates have not gone into defense yet, so once the cutscene has happened, they're all still hit. And sometimes, if all of them get hit, your own defense, which is independent of all-out defense, doesn't work.
Yeah. Nice ability, huh? And this thing looks so dumb.
Yeah.
Bongo fuck?
Bongo fuck.
That sounds like a party. Let's start the bongo fuck. So some grinding opportunities here. Try out your new ability. I like those gear dudes too. They look kind of cool.
Kind of funky looking.
I haven't said that in a while about these familiars yet, because they all look rather ridiculous.
Yep. Sandblast is an annoying attack. It blinds me, which does... It just lowers your accuracy, like, drastically. So, like, every other 3 attacks, you actually land one.
I remember using that Gary guy for a little while when I caught one, but I kind of got bored of it because just how slow it was. In this game, its speed is kind of a big deal.
God damn it, another one likes me now. I didn't want your brother, I don't want you.
I'm just so popular. I couldn't help but notice earlier that Travishnu ended up going to a level where he can metamorph. His powers will grow. Oh, so you ended up getting one, okay.
These are actually one of the familiars that What's-His-Face wants.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's why I got him.
Derwin, I think.
Yeah. How much of this bullshit? I'm running out of ideas. No one likes Gangu. No one. Not even Gangu.
What do you think I don't keep this familiar?
Good 2 whetstones. I noticed they're stalling from going to the mission. I would do as well.
Well, there are things to explore, but I need to get close to the place before anything will actually happen.
Here's a sad part. If you thought fairies couldn't get any dumber than Drippy, he proves you wrong.
Many prove him wrong.
I almost liked Drippy more after this event, just because he wasn't as dumb as these fuckers. And it's hard to... And it? Text is so weird when it's long-winded like this.
Yeah.
There's no reasoning behind it. There's no wit behind it, really.
Don't worry, more stalling. More enemies we haven't seen.
I guess that bat pulled its shirt up. Its pants were too low, I was like, nope. I have to admit, that way, as much as I make fun of this whole area, the level itself is kind of cool looking. At least I thought so.
Yeah. Well, aesthetically, we've never really had any problems with the game so far.
Oh yeah, there's no complaints on the presentation, really. It's a pretty game, good sound, good visuals. It looked like he was high-fiving the balloon guy. Pop.
I don't know what that does.
I don't wanna. There's just
Yeah,
so
don't
much
have
let's see what's over here.
There could be stuff, but there wasn't, so I'm sad.
I gotta go to this question mark area.
Time to go to what?
Prepare to go land.
It really is, though. Look at those buildings. What the fuck?
I thought that was actually pretty cool. Look at all these dumb fucks right here. Every single one of them is stupid and should die. Without exception.
I do like the tiny shocked one, though.
This is my other one. Oh! That one over there in the window's just like Swain.
What?
See in the window, he's got the same hair, too.
Oh, that's one of the, Cat's Cradle ladies.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Drippy boy? You have nicknames? People like you?
We're at the Fairyground. The land of the fairies.
Wow, look at that Swain explosion.
Yeah.
I do like the music here, though.
Yeah, I love this song. Again, aesthetics are fine.
You'll never hear us complain about that. It's just... It's about as much polishing you can do to a turd, okay? So, here's an interesting little tidbit about this area. This place uses about half of your spells once. In the game forever. So...
It's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. So if you've been wondering what the point of all these spells are, you're about to find out once.
Once. Are you even looking at her, Oliver?
My god, that familiar looks just like Swain.
One kind of amusing thing about this, that woman, as I mentioned, she's actually a Cat's Cradle version of a fairy. We also see another of the Cottermaster and Hootenanny, which are both kind of oddly adorable in their own way.
Clearly the design of a lot of these things are kind of like Osaka, because in Osaka they have a lot of these big seafood-based sculptures. Like, they have a giant crab that does a lot of this stuff. So, I'm sure a lot of it's based off of that.
That's kind of awesome.
I'd go to a place that had giant moving robotic animals.
Osaka just seems like an amusing place anyway, from the way other Japanese people treat it.
Well, the mannerisms are way different. Like, a lot of times in Tokyo it's a lot more subdued, and Osaka, for Japan itself, it's a little bit more open and liberal. But I remember watching a video where they're talking about the crime rate, where they're like, people in Japan complain about the crime rate being extremely high in Osaka. Well, if you compare it to the world, it's like New York City has over like 5 million reported robberies. In Osaka, a scary 25. But it's enough to cause Japanese people to complain about. Still a cool area. I mean, I like the fact that everything seems like it's just kind of this little tiny area in the woods that's a whole town.
Yeah.
You know, man. Ah!
That voice. Is that...
I told you I haven't got the foggiest who you're on about. Shut up about it, will you?
Went round with you on your travel, she did. What happened to her, lovely girl? Her name started with a P. Rhymed with something like, hippopotamus.
Give up, will you? Honest to goodness.
Ah, now I remember.
Oh, yeah?
Alicia! That was it.
Blimey.
Whoa.
So this is the giant pun mother, the Punmer. It's a ridiculous mountain that loves jokes, and it vomits out its own babies. There you go. Enjoy that thought.
Well, a little less literally and more what she is narrative-wise. She is the mother of all of the fairies, including Drippy.
Which when he says he has high lower the fairies, every single fairy is her child, so every single one of them's royalty in that sense.
Which just goes to show, it doesn't mean a jack shit.
These Drippy's full of shit! No. So much to say, Ollie boy. I'm always curious what those little stump things are that she has. She has like little mountains next to her, like little arms.
Maybe it's just like an octopus or something.
This got so weird.
Yeah, she gives me stuff.
Stuff you've collected tons of, regardless.
Don't think I've gotten a planet drop yet, though.
Yeah, that one's a little rare. This area kind of defies the rest of the world, but that's kind of the point. I guess that's what added to me the charm of the entire level it is. Because it doesn't make sense. They look how pissed off Drippy. See, if someone can annoy Drippy, you know you've done something well. So yeah, she wants us to go inside of her for reasons. So as I mentioned, she gives birth to the babies out of her mouth, and so the weird part is the inside of her is a nursery for babies. Don't be too weirded out by that, but it's true.
And don't think too hard into it. It is what it sounds like.
Yeah, don't. It's you'll see. We have to go there anyway.
Yep. But in another example of why this game just pisses me off sometimes, we have to do that next part. And check how much time is left on this video. We have to spend the rest of that doing some pointless shit so that we can actually get into her. In a completely stupid way. And for a completely stupid reason.
So it's good we did Let's Play this game.
Yay!
Yay! You wanted it too, man. I did, I admit. I regret every decision I've ever made in my life now. You're only less than halfway through this game, goddamn.
I mean, is it really a surprise that in a Let's Play of ours, we find all of the bad things about the game? That's kind of our MO.
Well, I was always kind of aware of the bad things about this game, but it's honestly kind of hard to find the perfect RPG. I really don't think there's any such thing, but mainly just because there's such a story, there's such a narrative game. Oh, who gives a shit? There's such
fucking Ray.
I can live without that.
Great camera angle there too. I couldn't get to the ladder.
These games are entirely driven by a narrative, so what made this game kind of drop off for me was the fact that the narrative was kind of awful. A lot of other games make up for their fact of their gameplay being kind of weak or slow or rigid because the story's enough to draw you forward in the game, but this is one of those games I kept on playing just kind of hoping for more and more, but maybe that was just because I had really high expectations. Now this is some silly shit.
Yeah.
Hurry up, man, they're on already!
Look at that! They have a little stage and everything.
Take that. Thank you and good night.
Rubbish they are these days, man.
How long is this going to go on for? This is embarrassing.
It's a very odd comedy troupe here.
Yeah, and I kind of like it, actually. Once we actually get to it. Don't know if that's a shock.
Which also kind of attaches to that prospect of me describing it as Osaka, because apparently there's a lot of, it's kind of an entertainment area, so they get a lot of comedians and things like that, so it makes more sense that way. But they're kind of saying, I guess maybe Japan is saying that the people from Osaka are stupid. I'm not judging you, I'm just saying that's a possibility.
Every country kind of has that place.
Yep.
For Japan, it's Osaka. For English, it's the North. Or basically any other countries connected to England that's still part of Britain.
For US, it's everywhere in the US. So if you want some dumb shit, apparently Drippy taught these guys their comedy routine, and it was like a comedy master. Which, you know, since he told you he was a High Lord of the Fairy when he's not, obviously he's full of shit. So I'll try to get this reasoning of what we're going to be doing in a sequence of events. I'm, of course, speaking to the audience who's watching this. What we need to do is get inside of the mother mountain thing, and the only way we're going to be able to get inside of her is to cause her to laugh by opening her mouth. Sadly, the group that caused her to laugh is this comedy troupe, and they've lost their comedy. So we have to find their comedy, and to get into a mouth that... How stupid is... What?
To make it even worse, the thing that's wrong with them is a accent-based pun. They're broken-hearted. Not broken-hearted. Their art is broken. And that's different from us needing to go find, say... What was that stupid thing that isn't an emotion?
Restraint?
Restraint. No, now we need to find little pieces of art, which require us to go around the town, do stupid little menial jobs, relatively quick ones, usually. But still, basically, I know there's some things, like, some people, Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, for example, there were some people that were kind of annoyed that it was kind of, short. The whole thing was basically just a reimagining of A Link to the Past. But having played it, and having gotten such little lag time between being able to go to one dungeon to another, and me sitting here playing Ni no Kuni, and just wanting to get to the fucking dungeon, and having to do stupid crap like this before I can even think of getting close to there, makes me realize how little I give a shit. I just want to get to the damn dungeon.
So yeah, we're playing again finally. We managed to discuss the whole thing in that time. So,
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Ta-da!
I can't buy any of your damn food, but I'm glad it tastes good.
Sure it tastes like shit, kicks over his son. So, you know how I've been talking a lot about this broom broom spell. This is it. This is when it shall be utilized. Right at this
here.
moment. We've been waiting for greatness to occur. Now, prepare yourselves, for your minds will not be ready for this. They will be blown.
I have to spend one piece of magic to use this.
And you can't even see what happens.
You can't see it. Yes, it's moving on its own, I'm sure.
Oh, look in the back, something's happening. There we go. Never use the spell again.
Never again.
Ni no Kuni.
Ni no Kuni.
I wish we could just sweep this game under the rug.
We don't have the one magic to use that.
So look how pretty this is. Guys, look at it. It's great, it's great.
We could use a crab just right there on that roof.
There's a giant spider crab.
It wouldn't even have to be, it could just be one of the little blue ones.
It's just a real one, just up there.
It's kind of shrugging like, I don't know either, man.
I think it'd be just great shrugging its crab shoulders. So, like, I had the problem where when I was walking through this area, like, I found all the pieces of art except for one. And it took forever for me to find the last one. Not a big village by any means. It's a very tiny village at that, but it still was just like, I had to talk to everyone to find the last piece. And it really is just, use this spell, use this spell, use this spell.
And you never see the results.
You just have this textbook, oh, it's working. That's a cool octopus.
Yeah. He looks confused.
I am.
So at this point, I don't even give a shit about the dialogue.
Did we ever?
Well, I mean, like, for the purposes of the Let's Play, I've let it played out to the point where the viewer can read it if they need to. But now it's like, you're missing nothing.
Well, a lot of it, especially for these parts, where it's just like, oh yeah, there's just something that's good about you. Can I take some of your heart? Oh, you can have some of my heart, and that's usually the gist. And he keeps on falling on his face like that. God, that one looks dumb. It's such a stupid reasoning behind stuff. It's just, I can't open a lid. Thanks. Here's magic. He doesn't even pull his wand out. He's just like, I did it.
Just blows on it.
Just throws it on the ground, it breaks. I guess you don't need a lid anymore.
What do you want?
You guys are rated as Trippy Box. Trippy Box, is that you? I feel happy that one standing behind you is like, oh my god, it's Trippy-kun! Trippy Senpai! What is... Clever Clogs? Okay, I'm gonna ask someone English. Does that mean shit? Wales.
I've heard that one before.
Really? That sounds the most made-up one we've seen thus far.
It's dumb as shit, but I've heard it before.
I almost feel like this game, they looked up a bunch of English slang. It's just like, well, we'll just crowbar it in here. Huh? I know the game itself was made in Japan, but did the team that kind of localize it, were they out of England?
I think so.
Because, I mean, every character's English.
And I think most, if not all, of the voice actors are English, too.
I wonder what the decision was based on that. You'd imagine a game especially with Ghibli attached would have a higher price tag on it, but I don't know.
It did pretty well in America.
Yeah, it did.
Better than it did in Japan.
Wonder why that was. See, when I remember first doing this, like, I got so upset about the English track when I first started listening to it that I turned on the Japanese track. But Drippy talks so fast in Japanese that it's hard to understand anything he's saying. Like, the dialogue bubbles were moving too quickly that I couldn't even read it in time.
Well. Okay, I'm gonna burn you now. Clearly that's what you wanted.
You just hear her go, this can't be! Ah!
That's what he actually did!
Oh, I feel so warm now that I've third-degree burns. Here's a piece of art. I'm gonna die now. See, I go to sleep in that little hotel.
To heal up my shitty party members.
Hey, come on, with all attack and all defense.
Where would I sleep exactly?
On the roof? In that Olivia hole? Coming!
Go fuck yourself.
I thought you were talking to me for calling it Olivia hole. Jeez. A stump that's just serving lobsters. I think this was, you know what, considering that place is kind of awesome. Do these guys even do anything?
They tell jokes.
I don't know.
And have stores.
Until someone just guns them all down. I'm tired of the jokes, okay?
So I'm looking through my spells, and this is the only one that we don't initially have. The spell that we need to do this.
Yeah.
But the person who has the spell that we need is pretty close by. It's a fucking seagull.
I have nothing to say to that. That's so stupid. I just happen to be here, Ron. Hello there. I like even though you translate this language, it's still like, Rah! Where'd you pull that out of?
It's like Canary Mary and Banjo-Tooie. Don't ask.
Jeepers. I'm sure since you're the only one here, every character you're with is just like, why are you talking to a seagull?
So Levitate is actually an interesting spell. It is actually useful in a couple places. There will be some locations, like some dungeons, where there are traps on the ground, but by using Levitate we can fly right over them. We can't use it to actually get to places, but it does help against ground traps.
Now we go... Hello there, little baby. Now we get to hear some comedy, guys.
It is actually pretty funny. It's kind of like a Japanese/Welsh Abbott and Costello routine.
Well, a lot of the comedy in Japan is very much like slapstick, like, you know, the paper fan concept is always utilized and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Also, the stand is a fish, too.
I like that drunk fairy that's been sleeping there the whole time.
Abracagagra!
What the? Now that was a ridiculous transition from vocal to text. It was just like, like, oh, come on. I guess that attack really did define Drippy pretty well. A lot of bullshit and very little results.
Yeah. Not much to look at.
I could make a brick wall laugh, because I would laugh at it and hear myself. Ah.
Okay, you should go practice. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you now.
Practice by just standing here at the edge of the stage, smiling.
That must be the one homeless fairy.
There's no homes anywhere. What are you talking about?
Well, there's buildings.
But they're all like shops and shit.
Thank you, how do, it's Smiley and Shirley.
How do?
Right, you've got a full house in tonight, it's lovely.
Ain't it though? It's like a dream, this is.
Ain't it though?
Ain't it though? Hey, speaking of dreams, I've always had a bit of a dream myself, you know.
Oh, nice. Nice link, man.
What it is, see, always wanted to run a little weapon shop, I have.
A weapon shop, eh? Well, I don't know why you're bringing it up in the middle of a show, but sounds like an alright idea, that does.
Ain't it though? Here, do you fancy doing a quick practice with me?
Huh? Practice?
Yeah, man. I'll be the shopkeeper, see? And you, a zookeeper, right? And, well, all your animals have run away, and your wife's left you.
Oh, yeah. Make it easy for me, why don't you? I'm not a flippin' professional actor, am I, you div? Come on, man, serious now. What do you want me to be?
A lion tamer?
Dude, how is that any flippin' easier? Can I just be my flippin' self?
Oh, no wants to see that, man.
No, I know you again. You're trying to give me something hard to do so you look better in it, though.
Nah, man. I just thought you'd like a nice juicy roll to get your teeth into, ain't it, though?
Juicy roll, huh? Well, I may not be a professional, but my widow Twanky's pretty legendary. Righto. So, I'm the customer at your weapon shop, right? And you were the proprietor of said establishment. All right, give us a moment. Ba 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 ma 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 ka 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 ka.
Get on with it, man.
And knock knock out do cha-ching.
Clear off, cha-ching.
What the heck was that, man? You slammed the door in my flipping face.
We're not open yet, are we?
Not open yet, but flipping hurry up, will.
All right, we're open now.
Oh, you are, right. Knock knock cha-ching. How do?
How do?
I just wanted to look at what weapons you got here, innit though?
Sorry, man, that's next door but one.
What? No, it's flipping not.
It's my shop.
Yeah, you a weapon shop.
You can't go telling me what I sell in my own shop.
But you said yourself you wanted it to be a flipping weapon shop.
It is a flipping weapon shop.
Give me strength, man.
All right. Sorry, man. I'll do it properly now, I promise. It's a weapon shop.
Good.
Selling weapons.
Exactly.
Righto.
Knock knock. Cha-ching, how do? What weapons you got here then?
What weapons you after exactly?
Well, I don't know, do I? What about, you know, one of them huge, great, choppy numbers? Yeah, a proper massive one of them, that's what I want.
I'm afraid I cannot help you.
Huh? You can't help me? You're the flipping shopkeeper, aren't you?
I am sorry, sir.
Huh?
But that is just too big an axe.
Flipping heck, man, how's rubbish?
Made this look hard, innit, though?
As if that would take much.
An axe! Oh!
It sounds like gas!
Which I don't have! I don't even know what that is! Just start sobbing.
Look at the one, the formerly drunk one out to the right. Yeah. He looks terrified.
I'm just sleeping here. Where did this comedy come from?
Why was it funnier in the middle?
Why is everyone laughing at the least funny part?
Maybe it's hilarious in Japanese.
Probably is. Well, the funny thing is that I know that a lot of different mediums in Japanese use a lot of play on their own words, so they're very much into puns.
Oh, yeah. Just Japanese number puns alone make my head burst.
I do remember watching this one anime where a character was doing a bunch of puns, and the other person's like, these people are making me sick. I think it's what the entire audience of the U.S. would be watching, thinking, just like, why? Why is this a good thing? So yeah, now we actually get to go to a dungeon an hour later.
Fucking finally.
Nah. Pretty short dungeon, too.
Fucking damn it.
Oh.
To cheer up this slightly dreary Let's Play part, how about a quick little update on our Patreon? Quickly thank our latest patrons, Justin Bennett, Liam O'Donnell, Nicholas Landgraf, and Andrew Allen. I will be putting up a screenshot over this of my recent purchase of Yoshi's new capture card. Here it is. Your money has gone towards that. And since it was actually cheaper than what we were expecting it to be, there's still a little bit left over that we can put towards your headset, Travis.
Yay!
So you might be getting that even sooner than we anticipated.
Thank you, guys. I definitely would appreciate that.
And now back to annoying shit.
How do we sound so depressed during like the most happy-go-lucky part of the game?
This game just does that.
That's why we're in a hurry going in there. We're just like, we know what's gonna happen. So, Broom Broom will miss you.
Broom.
I'll always remember you, Broom Broom. That we didn't get to even see when you used it.
One use.
One use.
In the entire fucking game, and that was it.
We didn't get to see what happened.
And it cost me magic. I still can't believe that.
I never understood why a plot necessity spell would cost you... It doesn't make any sense. Why would you have something that would cost you that mana ability, considering that there are spells that don't, but you can't proceed unless you do the spell? So what if you don't have any mana? Then you can't proceed through the game, and you gotta run back and heal, and then do Broom Broom and bullshit.
Why is it called that?
This is the best name ever. Because how are you supposed to describe it at that point? Where it's just like, quick, we need a spell that's like controlling a broom. Sweep, sweep? Come on. Really? We can't do that.
These people aren't rocket scientists.
Broom. I just realized just like, we can call it broom. Broom.
But does that get the point across? I think we need more.
Maybe it sounds more fantastical if I say it again. Broom, broom, sir, that's magic.
Exactly. 1 point of it.
1 point of it, and you won't see it. We don't have a budget to animate a broom sweeping, are you kidding? We have all the time in the world to think of the dumbest ass names for these familiars, but we don't have time to animate this this sweeping shit. Thank you, Califa. Was it Califa who gave us that spell?
No, we I think we had that in one of the...
From the Meowjesty, I think.
Either him or just someone else in Alma Moon, maybe.
Well, as I mentioned, goodbye spell. Now we only have like a little 5 other spells that we won't see the effects of to use here, so hooray.